subscribe, and like KT Gang. What's up, guys? I'm back with another reaction video. Today, he was the number one pick, but then something terribly happened. Handles up, from the cover. I know who it is. They said he was gonna be better than Michael Jordan if he was alive, but something terribly happened. So go watch the video.
He was going to be the number one pick. He was a top-ranked player in the country. ESPN said he was the best high school player they've ever seen. He was ultimately going to go down as one of the greats, maybe even replacing Michael Jordan as the GOAT. But then, something terrible happened. What is going on, guys? It is Handles, and damn, just like that, we are already at 60,000 subscribers. We are moving closer and closer to the goal of 75K. You guys are really the best fans on YouTube, so I just want to thank you all. I've been grinding out videos for you guys, and it's really paying off. So again, thank you all, but we're not done yet. So if you're new, why ain't you subscribe to the channel? You're missing all of these lit videos. But anyways, today's video is about Ben Wilson. He was the number one ranked high school player in the country in 1984. And that's just not from his class. He was ranked number one from everyone. He was just so dominant. ESPN said he was the best high school player they've ever seen. But a question you guys are probably asking is, if he was so good and was the best high school player ever, where is he? Why haven't I heard of him? And why wasn't he in the NBA? And to answer that question, we must...
I heard of him before. I heard he's still on ESPN Dirty for Dirty. It was well, I ain't gonna tell y'all what happened because some of y'all never seen it, but I'll just
start at the beginning. So Ben Wilson was 6'1", heading into high school at Simeon. And much like Kevin Durant and Anthony Davis, he started his career as a guard. But in Ben's case, he was a point guard. And as time blew by, it was Ben's junior year, and he outgrew his point guard position. He was now 6'9", but he still had all the same tools he had as a point guard. He was quick, a great passer, and an elite scorer. He was essentially Magic Johnson, but with a jump shot. And Ben was a junior at this time, and he was the only non-senior player on the team. And yet he led Simeon to its first ever Illinois State Championship. Magic Johnson even called him before the championship game to tell him good luck. He was just that well known around the country. NBA stars knew him. They all wanted to see him play, and Ben would fill seats at any arena or high school gym. There would be people waiting outside trying to get in, but they couldn't because it was too packed. They all did that because everyone knew if you saw Ben play, you were witnessing history in the making. He was just that good. But this is where it all fell. So Ben had a girlfriend, and they did the worst thing possible as a teenager. They weren't being safe enough and had a baby when they were only 17 years old. But there was another problem. Ben's girlfriend wouldn't talk to him after they had the baby. She was avoiding him all the time. And Ben wanted to be there for his kid. He wanted to see his son. But his girlfriend wouldn't let him, for apparently no reason at all. I don't know what the problem was with Ben's girlfriend at the time. But again, it was apparently just for no reason. I guess she was just being very petty or something. But it ultimately...
He probably was the father. This is why I think he probably was the father. So
led to his downfall. Now we go over to another person, Billy Moore. He was hanging around the Simeon campus, but he wasn't from Simeon. He was from another high school nearby. He was carrying a .22 caliber revolver on him because he was attempting to use the gun to scare someone at Simeon who stole $10 from his cousin. But then Billy found out that the matter had already been resolved peacefully, so he went there for nothing. But then Billy met up with a girl who went to Simeon, who was a mutual friend between Ben and Billy. So they decided to hang out, and the girl went inside a shop to buy something while Billy stayed outside. And while all of that was happening, Ben and his girlfriend were arguing nearby. Again, about the baby and the fact that Ben's girlfriend basically wanted nothing to do with him. So his girlfriend stepped away and Ben chased after her. But he accidentally bumped into Billy. And Billy didn't like that, so we called out to him saying, "You should have watched where you were going." And Ben, who was already really frustrated about his girlfriend, went back at Billy and started to yell at him. And Ben's girlfriend saw all this, so she attempted to calm Ben down and pull him away, but it didn't work. So Billy lifted up his shirt and showed Ben his revolver that he was carrying on him. But instead of scaring Ben away, he actually got even more heated and started to taunt Billy to shoot it. So Billy pulled out the gun and Ben lunged at him. Billy shot him twice and Ben was on the floor, desperately trying to get air. Billy took off and Ben Wilson, the top-ranked player in the country, who was going to be the #1 pick in the NBA draft, died at the hospital the next day due to his injuries. Ben died before his senior season started at Simeon, and before he could defend the state championship. It's a huge what if that confrontation never happened. Ben would have played with the likes of Michael Jordan and other Hall of Famers. Maybe MJ wouldn't have been called the GOAT today. Maybe it would have been Ben Wilson, as he was supposedly the greatest high school player ESPN has ever seen. I guess we'll just never know how great Ben could have been. Ben's high school number was 25, and since 2009, it has been retired by Simeon. But Derrick Rose and other NBA players wore the number 25 in honor of Ben. But anyways, guys, that's the story of Ben Wilson.
Alright, guys. He probably will be better than Michael Jordan. But he lived long enough. So, but why you go shoot the dude, man? I get you shorter, bro. But why would you shoot him? Damn, bro. R.I.P. Bill Wilson. He will be a legend. Bruh, he should have died. Well, alright, guys. See you on next video.